Hello.
Hello.
Oh goodness, guys. We decided that we're going to start doing all Friday beans up until the holidays for St. Jude. We also just made our big donation to St. Jude, thanks to everybody who joined during Charity Day of the Alpha Boot Camp. That's already done and over with, though. It's not something that you can join now. But we did have a day where if you joined, $20 went to St. Jude. So we got to donate that. We're going to start doing every Friday bean for St. Jude for the holidays, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. So yay, that's awesome. Thank you to, let's see, El Gato XO for donating.
How do we sound? We sound okay today? First time testing out new microphone. It should sound a lot more detailed.
Yeah. Let us know. We've got the new mic hooked up.
New setup.
Might
take a couple of times getting it right. I've got my other mic just in case it sounds terrible, but who knows?
Today we're going to be talking about getting ready for Cyberweek. I did make a typo in my email that I sent out to you guys this morning. I said that Etsy made $45,000 per minute during their Cyberweek sale last year. It's $43,000 per minute, which, you know, it's like...
Yes, it sounds fabulous.
Awesome.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah, but $43,000 per minute is still insane. Now, I do want to give a couple quick disclaimers. I've been looking at the data, the search patterns for a lot of terms that we typically see start to spike around this time of year. They're still spiking, but I'm noticing that for the term Christmas, October searches for Christmas this year were not as high as October searches for Christmas last year. Now, there are a lot of things that I personally think, purely speculation, that could be causing, shoppers to not jump out and start their holiday shopping right away. I've seen a lot of you guys post like, hey, why aren't the holiday shoppers here yet? Like I said, purely speculation, and this is going to completely depend on where you live. But I personally think that we have had an unseasonably warm last 2 months.
It's been really warm.
I know that in the UK, you guys are experiencing a pretty warm, October, start of November. Here in Ohio, we're experiencing some pretty warm days. It's supposed to be 73 degrees today. Which is crazy. I've also noticed that a lot of major retailers are not putting out their holiday stuff as early. And I think that once we start putting Christmas time top of mind, which, that is both conscious and subconscious. So walking through the grocery store and the Christmas music is playing. I don't know about where you guys are, but that hasn't started yet here. Normally, it starts right away, like sometimes all in October. Now, there have been a lot of psychology studies that have come out over the last 2 years about how playing holiday music too early increases worker depression. So, maybe companies are actually trying to do the right thing and not start blasting those holiday playlists over and over again. But because of that, I think that there are a lot of factors that are playing against us. I do expect us to see our spike. It happens every year. We are seeing the October, search patterns go up. So it's not like people aren't shopping. It's only a few thousand searches off from last year. But I do really anticipate people to, once, all the major retailers are talking about Christmas, the Christmas commercials are playing on TV, the holiday music is playing everywhere you go, people are going to be like, oh yeah, I know it's warm out, but it's still Christmas time. I need to start shopping. And it's unfortunate for Etsy sellers, especially. I know that last weekend I was doing my holiday shopping on Etsy because I always try to do that in October to give, I don't want to be a stress on sellers. And a lot of the shops that I put items in my cart, I realized that they would not arrive until January. So it is unfortunate. The thing that I recommend you guys start doing now is make sure that you are posting your holiday shipping deadlines, especially if you have to cut them off really, really soon. I'm talking to you, UK people who are dealing with Royal Mail right now. Post those holiday shipping deadlines several times and start doing it right away. because you're going to want to make sure that shoppers know, okay, expectations on Etsy are a little bit different than Amazon Prime. They need to be placing those orders right away, especially for items that need to be customized, that you need to, put a lot of time into before you can ship them. So that is my little disclaimer for the day. eRank's October data is in. If you guys haven't seen it, I have been doing a ton of trend research for 2023, trying to do some forecasting. So this upcoming Tuesday, I'm going to have a video on how to deal with bad reviews. I think that this is a great time to start talking about things like bad reviews, simply because with an increase in holiday shoppers, we're likely to see an increase in things like bad reviews and crappy customers. It happens. It happens every year. So that's going to be this upcoming Tuesday. But the next Tuesday, I'm hoping to get a 2023 trends video out way early. I want to have that done by November. That way you guys can start planning ahead and seeing things that we're forecasting that will either maintain trending or will spike after December. Because it always happens, right? After the holiday rush, things get kind of slow. But there are a couple different products that actually do pretty well January onward. So I'm going to make it a point to make a video that kind of talks about those. And I'm breaking it down like skiing. I'm like, okay, here's the bunny slopes. They're going to be, just kind of like they maintain throughout the year. But then we've got those crazy spike patterns. And I don't know, I've got to look up what all the names of all the different types of ski slopes. But I thought it would be fun. So hopefully you guys go and watch that. It should be in 2 weeks. So yeah.
Trello's right there. If you need
Yeah. So let's go ahead. Do you want me to, are you able to see the chat here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead.
I have it popped out.
Okay. Other than that, I don't think that we have any news or announcements today, though Etsy did send an email to select shoppers, or I'm sorry, sellers. I didn't get the email. Pam Duthie forwarded it to me. So check your inbox just in case you missed it. But apparently Etsy is going to be doing a lot this season to help with customer expectations and shipping times. They're going to be letting customers know when there are expected delays. And they're going to basically be letting the buyers know in a way that says, like, this is the mail service, not the seller. Don't blame the seller. And apparently they're going to have like banners on their website, and they're going to be sending emails, and they're going to automatically move like estimated arrival dates when major delays pop up. I think that that's really great. I hope that it turns out as great as it sounds. I'm going to include that information in my video that I'm going to be publishing on Tuesday, though. So if you don't have that email, no worries. It'll be in that video. So today we are going to be talking about preparing for Cyberweek. This year, Cyberweek on Etsy is taking place, was it the 15th or the 18th?
I can't remember.
Or the 15th through the 18th. Either way, most shoppers, whatever dates Etsy sets, that's cool. That's for their like special little sale that they host, and you can participate in that. That's totally fine. But most shoppers are going to be doing their shopping on Black Friday. We see the same sales patterns every single year. It seems like Black Friday is the big day, though Cyber Monday is also popular. Small Business Saturdays, it does okay. Black Friday is still the top day for online shopping, and it is the day when Etsy sees the most traffic. So even if Etsy is saying that their special Cyber Week sale is the 16th through the 18th, or starts on I can't remember. Somebody in the chat will know. Let me know. No matter what dates they set, I would still plan for Black Friday, and I would also make sure that in your planning, your Black Friday sale actually starts on Thursday, Thanksgiving. The reason for that is when it comes to your advertising, email lists, and letting customers know. For one, a lot of people start their shopping on Thursday night, right? That's when, at least around where we are, people just go out right after Thanksgiving dinner, and they give all these poor workers on Thanksgiving night just a hell of a time. So I would recommend getting those sales started on Thanksgiving, making sure that you are beating out other, emails that are going to be hitting people's inboxes. I always like to recommend dinner time is a good time, or around 6 p.m. to send out emails to your email list, or start really doing your social media blasts. And the reason for this is because right after everybody finishes dinner, what are they doing? They're sitting on their phones. And it's a really good time to send out those emails. Like I said, I always aimed for around 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern time, but feel free to go based on when you know your demographics are typically online. If you use MailChimp, there's a time optimization setting where you can, schedule based on whatever the optimal delivery time is. Your Instagram insights are going to tell you when your users are most active. You could kind of frame your posts around those, but just do your best, honestly. I would recommend making sure that you're starting that social media marketing now and letting people know that the sale is going to be big and that it's coming and that they need to be paying attention if they are planning to shop with you. So,
couple small questions. Somebody asked when Cyber Monday was. It is the Monday after Black Friday.
Yeah, it will be
the 28th.
Yeah, Monday the 28th, Small Business Saturday is the 26th, and Black Friday is the 25th. So I would recommend having your sales done by the 24th.
Emily said, I think I read that Etsy Cyber Sale was 18 to 24 November.
Okay.
Sounds good. And then when you do Etsy shop reviews, can you give me that? I miss.
Yes.
When you do Etsy shop, I'm trying to get the comment because it moved.
Oh.
Hey, good morning, guys. I'm sorry, but I spilled coffee on the note that said when you do Etsy shop reviews, can you give me that again? Can you give you what? I don't know what you're referring to.
We're going to be doing Critique Week December 5th through the 5, 6, 7, 8 through the 8th, every single day. And there's no way to submit ahead of time for that. We have to keep it fair. But if you show up live, that's how you kind of submit your shop. So that is coming. All right. Are we good? Okay, cool. So this is my ultimate checklist to prepare for Cyber Week. Now, obviously, you guys are going to want to get my free Black Friday toolbox down below if you haven't already. It's getting late. You really need to get on that. It's not like a thing that has like some hidden like sales pitch in it. It is literally just free. I release it every year. It's only going to be available for a few more weeks. It comes with holiday graphics for your social media marketing. It comes with a checklist with dates that you want to follow to prep for social media marketing and for prepping your sale. It's got some video tutorials that are like really old, buried on my channel that are harder to find, but things that are really good for Black Friday prep. And you guys are going to get an invite to our Black Friday Lifeline coaching call, which is taking place on the 12th. That's on a Saturday. So you guys will be able to hang out with us and ask last minute Black Friday questions as you prepare. So get that. And then on top of all of those things, what we're going to be discussing today is the checklist that you should be using to get prepared. So hopefully you all have a pen and paper. If not, make sure that you go get one. First thing is you want to make sure that you are getting your holiday shipping deadlines in a place where people are going to see them. I don't know how many times I see, around the holidays, sellers saying, oh, I listed my holiday deadlines in my descriptions and no one saw them. Etsy makes it almost impossible to see your holiday or your Etsy descriptions. They hide it and you have to click show more to even see it. Make yourself a nice graphic in Canva. If you don't already have Canva, you can sign up for a free membership. Put it in your branding colors, make it look nice and pretty. Put your holiday shipping deadlines on that. Because even if they don't read your description, it's very likely that they're going to look at those photos. So you want to make sure that you're letting them know, hey, you need to order by these dates. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee that this product is going to arrive. And you can do so much with Canva. You can make it look really, really nice. But get those holiday shipping deadlines into an image, into one of your 10 photo slots. It's very important if you want.
Just another way to cover your butt.
Exactly.
You've got to.
Exactly. And then, as I always say, if you're asking yourself, am I putting my holiday shipping deadlines in too many places? No, you're not, because people will still miss them no matter where you put them. But I also recommend adding them to your nice big cover photo, maybe off to the, I would say the right side or the left side. Put them nice and big, your holiday shipping deadlines, order by, blah, blah, blah for, US or, local UK, and then order by blah, blah, blah for international. Now, also keep in mind that with Royal Mail, there are huge mail strikes that are going to be taking place right around the holidays. I wish I could advise you guys on what to do, but personally, I don't know. I don't know even what to do just because it's so chaotic. But give yourself plenty of time. As I always say, make sure that you add at least a week onto your holiday shipping deadlines from what USPS and Royal Mail and, whatever your mail service is, whatever they recommend, add at least a week onto that. Because what they're giving you is like best case scenario. They have no delays. There's no inclement weather. That never happens. There's always delays. I've been doing this for over 10 years now.
There's always delays.
There's always delays. So don't listen to them. They're never right. Save yourself the stress. Every year I have people who message me and they're like, oh, you're leaving money on the table. No, I'm keeping you guys from, for one, dealing with holiday stress, and for two, getting a bunch of bad reviews that can kill your overall customer and marketplace experience score and lead to your shop potentially not ranking as well in search. And it can take a long time to recover from that if you have, a lot of bad reviews come in. So that's not a good thing. We want to make sure that we're doing things that are good for the longevity of your shop, not just the things that help you to make a quick dollar. Now, if somebody were to order after your holiday shipping deadline, just send them a quick message that says, hey, thanks for your purchase. Unfortunately, I don't think that this is going to arrive by the holidays, though I'm going to try my best. You did order after my holiday shipping cutoff date, which was, December 1st. If you would like me to refund your order, if you need this by the holidays, feel free to let me know in the next 24 hours. I'll go ahead and cancel it for you. If not, I will send it and, we'll cross our fingers that it arrives.
Send it.
So put your shipping deadlines on that cover photo in your shop announcement, that little section that you can open up right underneath your banner and your shop name and right before your listings start. And in your FAQs section, which is all the way down at the very bottom of your shop under your policies. Those are all good places to put those holiday shipping deadlines. And like I said, if anyone orders after your deadlines, send them a message and let them know. And give them the option to cancel as well. It's better for them to go ahead and cancel that order and, maybe buy something that will arrive on time than it is for them to get a product that they don't want anymore and potentially leave you a bad review, even if the product is perfect just because it arrived late. So next thing that you guys need to be doing, and Etsy hinted at this a couple days ago, apparently yesterday during their big SEO, live stream that they did. I didn't watch it. I haven't had the opportunity to yet, but I got the cliff notes. They're really pushing alt text on your photos. I've tried to talk about this a little bit here on my channel. Your alt text, you add it to your photos when you're in your listing editor. Hover over your images where you upload them. You should have an option to add the alt text. Describe your product as if you were sitting next to a blind person explaining what is in that photo. Explain, lime or green, light green and white can with lemon and lime image on the front sitting upright. And then maybe you've got one where it is
sponsor us, Waterloo.
Sponsor us, Waterloo.
We love your product. Sponsor us.
Green and white can with lemon and lime image sitting next to a black pen. So even if they're just props in your photos and things, describe that photo. Don't just use the same alt text for every single photo. Change it up a little bit. Describe how each image is different. Hopefully you're not just posting the same photo over and over again. So make sure that you're explaining the differences, from the side, from the back, top view of sterling silver snake chain necklace, sterling silver snake chain necklace laying over black marble. There's so many ways that you can do it. But what this is going to do, for one, is it's going to add a little bit of extra metadata into those listings. It's going to add a little bit of keyword reinforcement. That should come secondary. The primary focus of adding alt text is for those who are visually impaired. They have special computers that they can use that will basically read the words to them. And, this isn't just, people who are blind. This could be people who are colorblind, and they just need to know, what are the colors of this item. And if you're the only shop when someone makes a search like that, and you're the only shop who has their alt text filled out and catered to that shopper, you're the shop that shopper's going to buy from, because you're the shop that thought of them. So get your alt text filled out. That's very important. Next one, listing videos. Now, listing videos aren't going to help you to rank higher in search on Etsy. However, what we have noticed, and what Pam Duthie discovered, make sure you go subscribe to her channel, by the way. What Pam Duthie discovered is that if you type in some of the keywords from your listing title into Google and then click on the videos tab, it will pull listing videos from Etsy in that search result, which means that there is a little bit of Google optimization there. And that's really, really cool. So listing videos are something else that, they take a little extra time, but don't think too hard about it. You can take your phone and just, hold the product in your hand and kind of do this, and then you're done. It shouldn't take you that long to do. You don't need to get fancy with it. You don't need to edit or add anything crazy. Just take some quick videos. There's no sound. So even if you've got kids screaming in the background or a dog barking, you don't have to worry about that. There's no reason that you shouldn't be able to just take a couple quick, pan over shots of your product and get those into your listings. Another cool thing about that is they're experimenting with hover over videos. So for example, how on YouTube, if you hover over a video, it'll start playing it. They're going to be doing that with listings in a search page as well. So that's really cool. And it can kind of make your listings pop in that search page. So people are more likely to stop and say, oh, that's moving. I want to see what that is. So listing videos, get those into your shop. Next, as of October 31st, Etsy has now taken your policies, whatever policy you set for your storefront, your return policies. They have applied those return policies to all individual listings of your store. However, you can now go into each of those listings and change them. So maybe you have a custom product that is, cannot be returned because you engrave, their name on it or something. You can set that item does not have returns, whereas maybe these ready-made items that you have in your shop, you can accept returns on. It used to be one universal policy for your entire shop, but now you can actually select specific listings. So if you're happy with whatever policies you set up for your entire shop, that's fine. It's all been applied to individual listings. But if you have some listings that you cannot accept returns on due to, they're custom, or maybe it's like sanitary purposes, you can't accept returns, you can now do that. Just keep in mind, if you are shipping to the EU or within the EU, you have to accept returns. The customer has 14 days to contact you about a return, and 14 days to send the item back to you for a return. It is a legal obligation. You do not have a choice when it comes to the EU, okay? So unless that item is custom made for them, a piece of technology, I believe that it's only like software and things. And
I don't know off the top of my head.
Perishables, so food and things that can expire. You cannot require.
If you just Google EU return policy, it'll be one of the first links that pops up. They have a pretty detailed, easy to read page.
Yeah.
That's not all like legal lawyer speak. It's actual stuff that's easy to understand.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to understand, but it's not. And I know I've got a couple people who always say, well, I'm print on demand, so the items are technically made for my customers.
Doesn't matter.
Unfortunately, those aren't considered custom for print on. Exactly. Unless you are making the design for them, it's not considered a custom item. For all of my print on demand sellers, I highly recommend you have a nice little reserve of money set aside that is just designated for being able to offer returns. I actually talked to Printify when I did my webinar with them. I talked to Martin, the webinar host over on Printify's channel. And it was just something that he said that print-on-demand sellers should expect to do. It has to be done. It really stinks, especially if the product is expensive, but set yourself aside a little bit of money. That way you can kind of anticipate things like that. Next thing is to add keywords into your descriptions, but don't stress about it too much. Now, I say that because a lot of people saw that Etsy updated their algorithm this spring to incorporate, keywords into descriptions. They're now looking for keywords in our descriptions. However, the weight that those keywords hold in our descriptions is not very much. You could totally just not edit your descriptions at all and be just fine. What we've noticed is that it's more of a layer of reinforcement, where if Etsy can't quite figure out what it is that you're selling, they're going to kind of look for similar keywords that were used in your title to see if they're reinforced down in that description. And that can give them a better idea of what it is that you're selling. So in terms of search ranking, it's not all that important. Don't go and copy your whole title and paste it down into your description like we used to do a couple years ago. That's like totally outdated. It's not a good practice anymore. If you can, sprinkle a couple keywords that are in your title, mainly keywords that have to do primarily with what it is that you're selling. So if it is a pumpkin scented candle, make sure that you put pumpkin scented candle in that description. And if you can get a couple keywords in there in natural, nice, clean sentences, cool. If you can't, no biggie. It's not going to make or break you, but if you're looking for things to do, it can help you. Now, I will say that we always talk about not touching your SEO around the holidays for listings that are selling well. Oh, you should never touch the SEO or the tags and titles of listings that are selling well around the holidays. But adding a couple keywords into your description shouldn't do any harm, even on those listings that are selling well. I wouldn't go and do like a big, huge, crazy overhaul or anything insane like that. But if you're just adding a couple, maybe you just call it a candle, but you want to add pumpkin scented before candle in your description, it shouldn't be a big deal to do that. But like I said, if it's not something that you have time for, this is just a little bonus tip. I would prioritize the listing videos, the holiday shipping deadlines, and the alt text before you ever touch those descriptions, especially if you're one of those sellers that has like 1,000 listings. So
doing good.
Yeah. Are you doing good?
I am, in fact, doing good.
Thank you for Anonymous for donating $5.
I was looking for cough drops, but it appears you sent them all to school with the child.
I did.
Because I am having to clear my throat constantly.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. I found hard candy.
You have some in that drawer.
Do I?
Yeah, you have Halls.
Sorry, my throat is so congested. I'm having to constantly clear it.
That's okay. Okay, next thing is start looking around your workspace. This is for all of you who are messy crafters. I see some of your Instagram posts. I know what your studios look like. Start looking around. So loud.
I have to do it.
Start looking around and finding those items that you just haven't had time to list yet. You cannot sell what is not listed. I have people ask me all the time, but it's not going to rank in time. Okay, it might not rank well. It's still going to rank.
Still going to rank.
And it's not going to sell if you don't list it at all. So if you've got stuff that's just laying around that you haven't had time to list yet, get all of those products listed as soon as you possibly can. You cannot sell what isn't listed. So do that nice little office overhaul, start looking around, find those projects that you were like, oh yeah, I made a couple of these. It is weird what can sell during the holiday season. Yeah. There were things that I used to list in my shop that I never thought would actually sell, but I would list them around the holidays and somebody wanted them. So like I said, can't sell what you don't have listed. All right. Next one is, this is a big time saver if you find yourself dealing with the same questions over and over again. Utilize your Etsy saved replies. Some people call them snippets. You should be able to do this in the top right corner when you're in your messages tab. Saved replies are basically little swipe files that you can save within Etsy, where if somebody says, do you accept custom orders? And your answer is no, unfortunately, due to a busy schedule, I cannot accept custom orders. Rather than having to type that out every time, you can just make a snippet where you click a button, that response pops up, and then you hit send.
That's the way to do it. Saves you so much time.
Oh, yeah. And not to mention, during the holidays, if you're worried about, star seller, and you don't want to lose your star seller badge, which you guys know what I think about star seller, but, it's not going to hurt you if you do lose it. But if it's something that you're proud of and you're trying to maintain it and you have to, keep up that response rate, it can save you a lot of time. And I believe, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that you can access them from your phone. So if you're sitting down at dinner and you're like, oh no, I've got a message from somebody, I can just boop and send that message response and not even have to think about it. So snippets, if you actually go to Google and type in Etsy saved responses, they have an entire article about how to set those up. If anything that I've said sounded confusing, just think about those questions that you get every year that you get sick of answering, and then write nice little answers out that you can just kind of send out to everybody, okay? Next one. This one sounds obvious, but I cannot tell you how many nightmare situations that we've had with our Black Friday sales due to us not counting stock. Things go missing. Have you guys ever counted stock and realized that, oh, what I have listed in my shop is not what I actually have in stock? I feel like there are little underpants gnomes that come and steal things, because
underpants gnomes.
There were times when I would swear that I had this many of everything, and then I would get orders and then those items were just nowhere to be found. And also, depending on what type of products you have, especially if you made them a while ago, double check that everything is in shipping condition. You want to make sure that, for example, if you're selling, we'll say soap, what if one of those soaps you didn't realize has a big ding in the side of it and you didn't notice until it was time to ship it? And you know that the customer is not going to be happy with that big ding in the side of their pretty bar of soap. So double check everything, make sure that you're looking everything over, make sure that you're recounting all of your stock. There is nothing worse than messaging a customer and saying, hey, about this thing that you ordered, unfortunately, I don't have it anymore. Or unfortunately, I just realized that it's broken. Things, especially when we're in a hurry and we're packing orders, things get dinged around and messed up. And, when you're dealing with a large quantity of products, things happen. So
blame it on the nargles.
The Dargles. Next one is create your marketing photos. Get those scheduled. You don't want to have to worry about, it's my Cyberweek sale. What do I post today? I don't know. No, get all that stuff scheduled out. I would use Canva, add some fun little graphics, make your images really pretty, go into your Meta Business Suite. Hopefully your Instagram and your Facebook page are connected. Schedule out your content. The Meta Business Suite is free. You don't have to pay for any scheduling apps for that. Or if you do pay for Canva Pro, they have scheduling for a bunch of different platforms already built in. I use the Later app, which I pay for. There are a million ways to schedule things, but if you want to do it free, the Facebook Business Suite will take care of all of that for you. Schedule a post a day. Build out that content. If you need a little bit of help building out your content, it's a little late to complete the 30-day Instagram challenge because it's already November 4th. But you could still technically start that 30-day Instagram challenge now to use throughout the holidays. But don't wait until the day of your sale to start promoting. Start promoting every day starting today. The free 30-day Instagram challenge kit will give you tons and tons and tons of ideas to be able to do that if you're confused on how to do it, what to post. How do I come up with this much content? What do I post? Stories? Do I post reels? What do I do? That will tell you exactly what to post and when. And you should be starting that as soon as possible, okay? Next one is to start creating some Instagram stories and some Instagram reels. You can use Canva for this. You can just go in and use the template for Instagram stories. You can add your product into them. When you are actually posting directly from your phone, you can go into the stickers tab and actually put in the product link. So you could have the link for the product with a little arrow that says click to buy. And then they can just click right from your Instagram stories and purchase it on Etsy. So create a bunch of those ahead of time, get them saved on your phone and ready to go. You can download the Canva app and you can save them right from your phone. And this can save you a lot of time. It can keep you from stressing, when it comes to what do I post? What do I post today? I am over the next few weeks going to be really, really researching trending audio that can be used for handmade businesses and Etsy sellers. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, it's Handmade Alphas at Handmade Alphas on Instagram. Keep an eye on my reels. I'm going to try to do one every day. But all of these reels are basically going to have trending audio that could be applied to any product video. So today I did one that said something like, for all y'all 12 people who follow me, y'all want anything from the gas station? That would be hilarious for, if you just have like all your products laid out and you're kind of panning over the products and you've got that trending audio. And you can save the audio to use that trending audio. Just go down to the bottom of my reel. In the bottom right corner, there will be like a little picture of the audio track or the kind of like cover for that audio. Click that. It'll pull up a page of all of the other reels that are using that audio, and there will be a button that says save. That way, when you create a reel and you go to add music, you can go into all of your saved audio and use the tracks that I've created for you. So I'm going to be doing a bunch of research. That way it'll save you guys time, but you have to be following me, obviously, to see those. So just kind of keep an eye on my Instagram reels every day. And and then you can just reuse what I'm finding. That way you guys don't have to sit and watch 100 silly Instagram reels to find trending audio. Okay. Next one. For those of you who are double dipping, and if you've been following me for long enough, you already know what that means. If you don't know what that means, make sure that you get the Black Friday toolbox down below. That'll explain everything. Double dipping is my favorite form of sale. It is fantastic if you have an email list. It promotes scarcity. It is great for audience engagement and making your audience feel very, very valued because they get to stack sales. It's a great psychological trigger as well. People love stacking coupons. There's been lots of studies done on it. I include one in the video that is in the Black Friday toolbox. So if you are deciding to double dip this season, make sure that you get your Etsy on sale app sale set up right away. Now, if you're starting your Etsy on sale account, for the first time, you get credits, I believe. As long as it still works the way that it used to, you should still be able to get free credits just for signing up, which means that this year's sale will be covered. You won't even need to pay anything.
Nope.
But if you've done it in the past, I believe it's only $9 to get enough credits on your account to be able to run the EOS sale. So it's super duper cheap. I think that it's a fantastic investment if you're wanting to do your Etsy on sale. But make sure that you get that Black Friday toolbox if you're like, what the heck is double dip? That sounds gross. Okay. Next one. This is a fun one. You should do this, just when you've got a little extra time. Go into your storefront, click Edit Shop. It'll be right on your cover photo. Then right before your listing starts, on the right side of the screen, there will be a little rearrange button. Rearrange your listings and make sure that you put your hottest items on the front page of your shop. All you got to do is grab them and drag them.
Grab them and drag them.
Grab them and drag.
Grab them and drag them.
It surprises me how many people don't know that you can rearrange the items in your Etsy shop.
Yeah. Not me.
Yeah, so
there's so many little features and little things that you can do that sometimes things just go right over your head.
Yeah.
It happens.
Now, once they start clicking around your shop and they start clicking in your shop sections, your shop will kind of reconfigure based on what Etsy thinks from your shop that person will like. But when they first land in your shop, it's cool to have your best sellers and things you really want them to see right in front. And with that, make sure that you also go to the back end of your shop into your active listings and click on the little stars so that you can get your featured section. You know, those little features that are show right at the top of your Etsy shop. You can pick 4 of them if you've got a free Etsy account. If you've got an Etsy Plus account, you can pick nice big album covers, and you can showcase full shop sections, and you can kind of make it look a little bit more styled. But do that. Review which of your listings you have featured. You can also put some into the queue. So if one sells out, you can make sure that you've got another one that you've chosen to take its place. Get all of that set up so your shop looks really, really pretty in time for the holidays.
I've got the next one because I am continuously getting emails from shops that don't do this. And I've wanted to do this anyway because this is ASMR ready. Fill out your sections in your shop. please.
You're
There are so many shops that will email me and say, I don't know what's wrong. And then the only thing you have in your shop are your products. You have nothing filled out. You have no policies filled out. You don't have your about sections filled out. There's nothing filled out other than the products themselves. You, as a seller, are not just selling your product. I'll use wreaths as an example. I'm not going to say any names. If somebody emailed me and sell wreaths, if you search the term wreath on Etsy, there are over 900,000 listings for wreaths. 900,000 listings. So what in that is going to make you stand out from everybody else when people are clicking around? If somebody goes to your shop and you have a very similar wreath to another person, but they have all of their stuff filled out, especially if you're a newer shop and you don't have any reviews, what are you giving people to trust you, to know about you, in order to want to place an order with you? Give people a reason. It's not like everybody's going to go read them. Most of the time, nobody's going to look at it. But one extra sale because you managed to fill something out that somebody was looking for is one extra sale. So if there is something available to you and you don't have a legitimate reason not to fill it out, fill it out. And always fill it out.
Didn't she email us back like a day later and say that she made a sale like right after she filled it out?
That was somebody else, and people really like the ASMR. I'm really glad that you enjoyed it.
He's excited.
This one is real rough. I've listened in my headphones before I do it. It's like real.
Is it?
Yeah. And you can do the like
no, get out of here
mouth
with that.
noises.
Gross.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Etsy tells us that overall shop completion is one of the factors that contributes to your search ranking. So if you're not filling out those key details, not only are you missing opportunities with shoppers who want to form a genuine connection with you, they're shopping on Etsy for a reason. They're choosing Etsy over Amazon because they want to shop handmade. They want to support your business. But if they do not know anything about you, they're not going to feel those warm, fuzzy feelings. If you can make them feel good about making that purchase by showing them a little bit about yourself, your family, maybe you working on your products in your about section, that is going to make them feel good. And it's going to help build a little bit of trust with Etsy. And Etsy is more likely to recommend shops in search that have those sections filled out because it shows that you are doing everything that Etsy is telling you to do. So stop leaving those about sections blank. Get your photos in there. Get it, your little story filled out about yourself. Make sure that you get your policies filled out. FAQ section. You can kind of use that FAQ section as like a little extension of your policies if you've got things that you want your customers to know. Get all of that filled out this weekend. Don't wait. Do it over the weekend. Are we good? Or you're over there?
We're good. A lot of people said, ooh, stop.
Well, it must.
Type and Designs liked it.
Oh, yucky mouth noises. I don't like mouth noises. Next,
we're almost done, guys. We'll get to questions in a minute.
Yep. Next one is one that I've been gabbing about this for the last few weeks. So if you're new here, make sure that you take note of this. But buy your shipping supplies now. You should have done that like last month, but it never fails. Every single year, it's impossible to find things like bubble wrap, bubble mailers, boxes. For those of you who are doing like eco-friendly packaging, your product or your companies that you buy from tend to ship a little bit slower as well, and they're a little bit more expensive. So I would recommend, especially if you have some like really fancy packaging, you need to get that stuff ordered. Buy more than you need because you'll use it all eventually. Even if you way overstock it, you will use it. There is nothing worse than running out of something that you need. For us, it was always bubble mailers before we found a great Amazon seller that sells like big boxes of bubble mailers. But we used to run out of them and we'd have to go to Walmart and buy packages of like 5 at a time. And it was so much more money. So make sure that you're getting everything that you need ahead of time. Last one. This is a fun one that you can do with your kids. If you've got little ones and you want to, have them help you out. Not condoning child labor, but, kids.
If they're your kids, absolutely condoning child labor.
I was going to say it can be
your children.
It can be a fun chore that they can do to help you out. I mean, some kids, they have fun with it. Taylor used to love doing things like this, but get your busy work out of the way. If you need to cut things, cut gift wrap, have it all, already pre-cut in, a nice little pile ready to go. If you need to stamp, all your envelopes, maybe you have a pretty stamp, make sure that that's all done ahead of time. If there is anything that you can prep ahead of time, putting business cards in all of your envelopes. There are so many little things that take up seconds out of the packaging process that we can eliminate and save ourselves a lot of hours once we actually have to get those Black Friday orders out. If you can do all of that ahead of time, you'll be able to package those Black Friday orders a lot faster. And I'm talking to you guys, you know who you are, the ones of you who around the holidays, you're like, oh my God, I'm so happy that I made all these sales, but I have so many sales that I don't know what to do. I'm so stressed. Like, these are those little actions that can help make that very stressful time just a little bit less stressful. So those are all of the tips that I could think of, though. Make sure that if you're doing the Black Friday toolbox on November 12th, we'll be doing our Black Friday Lifeline. I'm sure that we'll share some extra tips. That's going to be on a Saturday, which is great for those of you who can never make it on a Friday. It'll be the same time as the Friday Bean, noon Eastern. But make sure that you get that on your calendar. As of right now, we have raised $55 for St. Jude. So thank you to everybody who has donated. I would love to see that reach $100 before we end the stream. So even if you guys donate $1, that is still a big difference. And
Dollar's a dollar.
St. Jude, for those who aren't aware, I'm assuming that St. Jude isn't international, is it?
I don't know off the top of my head.
St. Jude's Children's Hospital, they do cancer research and they pay for treatments. That way children will never be denied treatment if their families cannot pay. So they have I believe it was a 90% survival rate for children who are treated. It might be higher.
I don't know.
It's 90 or 90 something. But we want to do all of our future Friday beans up until the holidays. We're going to do for St. Jude. So,
all right, we'll go ahead and get to questions. We got about 45 minutes. Don't worry about reposting your questions. I still have all the questions here. So if you've already posted it, just wait. It'll take some time. I do them in order. Yeah. Do you think the economy is affecting Etsy sales this year? Absolutely. Yeah. Anything affecting money anywhere in the world is going to have some sort of effect on Etsy and every other platform as well.
Etsy stocks are up right now.
Yes, Etsy stocks are up.
And that is good, because that means that people who are way smarter than me anticipate that Etsy is going to do very, very well over the next few months.
Yeah. I mean, I just hired a bunch of people, so
that's something to take note of. Are there going to be industries that, don't do as well this year? Yeah. But if there's one time of year that people are going to be buying, it's holiday time. So especially if you've had a bad last few months, make sure that you're doing all of the things that I have been talking about since August. There's a reason that I started telling you guys in August that you needed to prepare for the holidays. It's because you have to start super duper early and start building that audience and preparing your marketing and things like that. So I've done everything for you guys, like the Alpha Holiday Boot Camp, all of the live streams, the free resources, the 30-day Instagram challenge, which is down below. The Black Friday toolbox is down below. I have done so much, but the rest is up to you guys. Rest is all you. So what do we have?
Studies show we tend to notice left side first when we're left to right reading language like English. Yeah, I actually have a good example of that. I've been rereading through my manga, and I noticed after a couple of days of just like reading through it all day that I was starting to read memes and things backwards. Like I was like doing the 4-box memes. I was reading them and I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Why are these like this? That's funny. And then I was like, wait a minute, I'm reading it backwards.
Another little psychology fact for you guys. If you're posting a photo of yourself or a person and you have text on the screen, don't have the text here and the face here. Have yourself looking at the text, because that will draw eyes to the text. If you look at heat maps, most heat maps will indicate that people are more likely to read text first if there is a person on the screen looking at the text. So if you look at my my thumbnails on YouTube, a lot of the times I will make sure that I'm looking over at the text.
What's a better word than guarantee?
It depends on the context.
Promise? Blood oath?
Blood oath. My blood oath to you.
I don't know.
I like-
Thesaurus.com is a great resource for things like that, because I'm not good at coming up with synonyms either.
Yeah, I like the word guarantee. Or promise. Promise sounds.
The thing is, you don't want to use words that sound like they're overused and everybody used them, but when there's only like 10 words for the same thing, you can't escape that. So don't think too hard about that.
I use guarantee. So
Assurance. Yeah, that could work.
assurance.
If we're already getting as many orders as we can handle, should we have a Black Friday sale?
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I honestly wouldn't.
Because even if you're not hosting a Black Friday sale, you're likely still going to see an uptick in sales during Black Friday. People aren't going to look at your shop and say, oh, they're not having a sale, I'm not going to buy from them. No, they're shopping. They're
shopping.
They're wanting to get all of their holiday shopping nailed out. In fact, we see tons and tons and tons of sellers who are like, I didn't hold a sale this year and I still have more orders than I can handle, because it's a busy season. Like I've been saying, it's the day when the pond is the most stocked. Why wouldn't you go fishing on that day,
Mm-hmm.
But, if it's too overwhelming for you, don't be afraid to put your shop on vacation mode until you get caught up, because it is just as bad to take more orders than what you can handle and either, A, stress yourself out to the point where you're having a very unpleasant Christmas, or B, you can't get caught up and you have customers who are upset. So.
Yep. Why did E-Rank remove the competition numbers?
So we've been thinking about removing I didn't know that he did that. Did he already do that today? I didn't notice that today. We've been talking about removing the competition numbers for a while because we noticed a little bit of subjectivity when it came to Etsy's API. That data, the competition numbers do come from Etsy's API, but we've been having trouble with it for a while. And we actually decided to simplify it more by letting you guys know more of a range. And I haven't seen it yet. I didn't know that he did it. So I can't really speak on behalf of it now, but however it is laid out currently was my idea on how to lay it out. So if you guys have suggestions for it and you're not happy with it, let me know. But there were some inaccuracies coming back from Etsy's API, and we did not feel that it was good to represent competition numbers that, we felt didn't seem accurate. Though they do come directly from Etsy's API. We would rather do things in a competition range. That way you can kind of identify what range is safe for you based on more like levels as opposed to numbers that you don't understand. Because most of the time people say, well, what number of competition is good? What number of competition is bad? And that's
not like that.
It's not like that. So we decided to do it. I believe he should have done it as low, medium, high. And to me, that seems a lot more simple and a lot easier to identify, where you fit in or where you can compete. So.
Is alt text only on desktop?
I believe so.
Yeah, I believe so. I would imagine it's going to stay that way for a while.
Yes, I believe that you can only utilize it on desktop.
Do we need to alt text info photos?
I would, yeah, because people
just do everything. It doesn't hurt. It only takes a couple of seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's still a photo and it's, the programs aren't going to be able to read what the photo is that they're using. So I definitely would.
What if you make your deadlines a week before cutoff, but it still arrives after Christmas? What's the proper etiquette for dealing with this? It worries me. That's a legitimate concern.
Yeah. So I would keep the customer updated. Keep an eye on all of your tracking. For this, if you want to do it all at a glance, eRank's delivery status report, I think that's in the tools tab, I believe. Delivery status report will show you all of your shipping all on one page. So you don't have to go click individual tracking numbers. That way you can see if anything is being delayed. Reach out to the customer and let them know ahead of time. Like, you can say something like, oh, it looks like USPS is having delays. I did want to reach out and let you know that there's a potential that your product isn't going to arrive by Christmas. I'm so sorry about this. It was beyond my control. And, just make sure that you're communicating, because there's nothing worse than me being a customer sitting here like, oh, is it going to arrive? Is it not going to arrive? Like, what do I do? What do I do about this? Who do I contact? By you reaching out first, you are much, much more likely to, help that customer to feel a little bit more secure. And, at least they know. So you're taking a little bit of the guessing games out of the equation for them. But Etsy did say that when they notice delays, they're going to be letting shoppers know that it is the shipping company's fault and not ours. So I'll be discussing that on our video on Tuesday.
Linda asked, upload listing videos from phone to the new Etsy app. Doesn't work for me yet. If it's not working for you, it's probably not working for anybody.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't tried it. I thought that you could only do it from desktop anyway. I thought that you could only upload listing videos from desktop.
I think that's what she's asking.
Oh, I think so.
How many listings should we have before Black Friday? Doesn't matter. That's entirely up to you.
Yeah, the whole thing about having, you have to have 100 products before you get seen, or that's all bunk. Don't listen to any of that. There are some shops that I follow that have one listing in their shop that, sells all the time. Now, granted, it's a unique listing, but it's not so much about have as much as possible listed. If you've got things laying around that you need to list, get them listed, but there's no magic number.
I saw somebody ask that up in the future, so I went ahead and got it. Good Lord, the phone goes on the floor.
Just throw it on the floor.
God, it won't shut up.
You're very popular today.
I am. Because I'm so sexy. If one product price is over $100 or $200, do you accept return or exchange in your shop policy? The amount you charge really doesn't matter.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. Here's the thing. If you're shipping to the EU or within the EU, you don't have a choice. It doesn't matter how expensive the product is. You have to accept returns. So that's totally up to you. Price of the product shouldn't dictate whether or not you accept returns. That shouldn't have anything to do with it.
All right. This person asked, do digital items also have a return window in the EU?
No, they do not.
So I have the page up here. I'm just going to read it just to make it easier for you. Under EU rules, a trader must repair, replace, reduce price, or give you a refund if goods you bought turn out to be faulty or do not look or work as advertised. If you bought a product or service online or outside of a shop by telephone, mail order from a door order salesperson, you also have the right to cancel or return your order within 14 days for any reason without a justification. If you're not sure which situation applies to you, you can also use the consumer rights tool to understand your rights when you shop in the EU. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I will post the link here. You can go read. That explains literally everything.
But digital products, no, because you can't return them. So digital items, you guys are safe. You don't have to accept returns on digital items.
Yeah, there's like, it's a very short page. I suggest you just read through the whole thing and go for it. It's really not that long of a read, and it's pretty, they don't use legal speak, so it's pretty easy to understand.
Yeah, they keep it quite simple.
Would be interesting to go over gift card listing options if possible. I'd love to offer this, though it may be hard to do with BOD shops.
So somebody tagged me. I haven't had a chance to respond to it. Somebody said that I talked about offering gift cards in the eRank Live. We didn't talk about offering gift cards in the eRank Live. That's not what we talked about. We talked about if somebody places an order in your shop and you know that it's not going to arrive on time, you can offer them a thing that they can print out that says, here's what you're getting, you're going to get this as a gift, but it's not going to arrive on time. That way, if you want it to be silly, you could like wrap it in a big box. Maybe it's like a necklace that you bought on Etsy. They get a little certificate that they can print out and put it in the box, and then the person can unwrap it and see, I'm getting this necklace for Christmas. It just hasn't arrived. And Etsy is actually going to be sending those out to customers as well. It's going to be an option that Etsy sends for orders that are delayed. But I don't remember us talking about offering gift cards at all. I'm assuming that that's what everybody thought that we meant. That's not what we meant. You can't offer gift cards on Etsy. There are Etsy gift cards for all of Etsy. You could do a virtual gift card, but offer them a coupon code for a percentage off.
Dulcie said Pam mentioned it.
Okay, well, I can't remember because I was probably reading comments. Go ask Pam. I can't remember what she was talking about. But in terms of offering an actual gift card for a specific shop, I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think that there is a way to offer an actual gift card. It would have to be a coupon with a percentage off or a dollar amount off. But I think that in most cases, they still have to spend a certain amount of money, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So, yeah, I would ask Pam because it sounds like something that she was bringing up that I probably wasn't paying attention for because I was looking at comments.
I just heard the copy, title, into description from someone who seems to be pretty popular in the Etsy world, and I literally yelled at the screen. Yep, that's old advice. That's like 10-year-old advice.
I was going to say, that's what we were doing back in like 2012, 2013, because we thought that that would help us to rank. And then Etsy was like, that's not how it works. So, yeah, that is very outdated advice.
Well, I'm going to assume we answered your question for the Double Dip Etsy on sale. Yes, we still recommend it if you are able to do so.
Yeah, it's all in the Black Friday toolbox.
We have our Etsy shop integrated with our Shopify store. Is that still okay to get good coverage?
Good coverage? What do you mean?
Don't know what you mean.
I mean, yeah, it's not gonna
can't hurt. Right?
Can't hurt anything.
I know I can look it up, but does anyone know if Printify will reprint defective materials at no cost?
I believe that they will. I would reach out to them directly, though.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Had a few repeat questions. Is that the same as screenshot, or what's the best way on? I don't know what you're referring to there.
Snippet. No, snippet is not the same as a screenshot. You're not going to send them a screenshot. A snippet is a saved reply that we'll send to the customers. Just Google Etsy saved replies or Etsy saved responses. And some people call them snippets. It's basically a response that you've already typed out for common questions that you get. That way, if you get one of those questions, you can just click a button and your response will just pop right up and you don't have to type it all out by hand.
My 3 to 5 products are selling very well. So is that okay? I will duplicate listings, same titles, tags, but different variations like color, font, style, and different photos.
Yeah, I would try to, the listings are not all identical. If you're changing the colors and the fonts and things, I would still try to make sure that you're adding in a couple of varying keywords so you can cast a little bit of a wider net. Otherwise, if you've got like 5 ponds that you can fish from and you're just choosing to fish from the one, you might be missing some big opportunities in keyword areas that you aren't reaching. So some of the same keywords, yeah, I would totally recommend copying some of those listings because it saves you a lot of time, especially if the products are almost identical other than color. But I would definitely try to change up the title just slightly to reflect the differences in those products.
Come back. There it goes. Holy crap. There are 340 people here right now.
Awesome. And guys, we're up
Welcome.
to $96 for St. Jude. Make sure that you donate. I would love to see us get up to $100 for St. Jude before our live stream ends. So, yeah.
Step 1, collect underpants. Can't do that anymore. We'll get you canceled.
Collecting underpants.
It's like the SpongeBob episode, the panty raid episode.
Oh,
they took that down. Even if you bought it, you can't even watch it anymore.
That's not true. It's still on our Amazon Prime.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's probably because we bought it beforehand, but if you buy it now, it won't be there.
I will watch my Mr. Krabs SpongeBob panty raid.
Panty raid.
That really was a weird thing to put
for a children's TV show. Yeah, that was a really weird.
It didn't seem.
That shows you how things are socially acceptable in one generation, and then they're not the next generation.
I don't know. Even as a kid, I thought it was kind of weird.
You weren't a boy.
Cartoons
are for boys.
Cartoons are for boys.
Let's say I ordered through Etsy a shipping label and was to ship on Monday or so, and I ended up shipping a couple days later. Does that hurt your shop?
No, but it's not good practice. So you've already printed your shipping label, right? And you're shipping it a few days later. The post office has to accept it. So there's nothing that can happen there. However, as a customer, I will tell you that if I see that my package is in pre-transit, which means that they've created the label, but they haven't shipped it, and it sits in pre-transit for days and days and days, I get ticked off. So if it's like an emergency or every once in a while, I remember I wouldn't realize that like Monday was a holiday and I would print the label on Sunday. And then I would be like, crap, the post office isn't open Monday. I would have to do it on a Tuesday. That's fine. I would still communicate with your customers though, because if they see that the package is in pre-transit, you know, it would be cool to give them a heads up like, hey, I'm taking your package to the post office on, you know, this day. Just wanted to let you know.
Question, I'm a returning Etsy seller. Is it smarter or better to use fixed shipping or Etsy's automatic shipping calculator? I'm selling art prints and miscellaneous stationery.
They're
Up to you.
totally up to you.
Can't tell you.
Yeah. My big piece of advice is to take one of your prints, get it all packaged up, or a couple of your products, package them up, take them to your post office on a day when they're not super busy, have them weigh your products and tell you how much it's going to cost to ship them. And then compare that with what Etsy tells you, and then go with whatever is cheaper. The post office, it's their job to help you and tell you what the best method is going to be. So for art prints, it's probably not going to be very expensive either way. So I wouldn't stress too much about it, but maybe for the stationery, you might want to do that. I think art prints are probably going to hardly weigh anything.
Mm-hmm. Marcia asked, what about double dipping? What is double dipping? We guess we didn't describe what double dipping is.
Well, yeah, double dipping. So double dipping is when you have your entire shop on sale and your customers or your most loyal customers or your email list or those who follow you on social media get a special coupon code that they can stack on top of an existing sale. Now, you can't do that on Etsy. Etsy doesn't allow you to stack sales. If you've got a coupon code and a sale going on, Etsy will pick whichever is bigger and apply that. However, there's an external app called Etsy on Sale that you can use that through Etsy on Sale, you can put your shop on sale. And then on Etsy, you create your coupon code and they can be stacked that way. But if you don't watch my tutorial, there's a good chance that you'll mess it up. So that's included free in the Black Friday toolbox. That's linked down below. Make sure that you get that. And there's a video tutorial that will show you exactly how to set it up. Those are ideal for those of you who have an audience though, because if you don't have anybody to send that special coupon code to, then it defeats the purpose.
Double dipping is yummy. Speaking of double dipping, if you have a not safe for work shop and you want to be able to discuss not safe for work topics with other like-minded people, make sure you join our Discord down below. We now have a permanent link, so it should never expire. You did use a new link today, right? Okay, yeah. From now on, that link should never expire. I'll probably refresh it every 6 months. So if you're in the future, hello, it's probably a new link. Check a newer video. But yeah, if you sell not safe for work stuff, it does not have to be Etsy specific. So if you're selling a normal on one shop and you're selling on your own website, not safe for work products of any kind, join the Discord down below. Here in the next couple of months, we'll be doing some live streams on there. Hopefully, if we can get it working correctly, to help you guys specifically for you guys to ask questions, because obviously you can't hear.
Yeah, we did Alphas After Dark, but it was still technically hosted on YouTube. And we don't like having a group of sellers who sell products that we aren't allowed to help you guys, so we decided to make a place for you. However, even if you don't sell not safe for work items, you can still join the Discord. We have channels for all different types of products.
And we'll start the videos with 10 minutes of just ASMR tingles.
No tingles.
Curious if you have any idea why Etsy would suspend a brand new shop account. They do it to pretty much all of them now.
I have a video on my channel called Etsy Suspended My Shop. Go watch that. Etsy suspends almost all new shops. Basically, they say it's a bug. I think that they do it that way they can kind of vet out bots and people who are just trying to start like 600 print-on-demand shops, just trying to make as much money as possible with, junking up the Etsy feed. But all you have to do is message them and say, hey, I need my shop reopened. Go watch that video, though. It's from last year.
No ASMR tingles. Hi, I want to read this now because we were just talking about double dips with Etsy on sale. I've messaged about this before. If you're based outside the US, Etsy on sale might not work. Last year when I used Etsy on sale, it read my outside the UK prices instead of the local prices.
Oh, so that's interesting.
It priced her products incorrectly.
Oh, that's interesting. I've had people who are who have different currencies who have made it work. So you know what? If you still want to do it, I would message Etsy on sale and just ask and be like, hey, is there any way to fix this? Because I didn't know that.
Is Etsy Plus better than regular Etsy?
Etsy Plus does not get you anything that is going to help you make more sales. Etsy Plus is a way to customize your shop a little bit more. You get carousel banners, which is, you've got your banner with normal Etsy, a carousel banner scrolls with a couple different banners. So you can do that. You have bigger featured sections. So you know how you can feature 4 listings right at the top of your shop. You can change it up. You can have big, giant, listings. You can feature full shop sections on your storefront. And you also get some ad credits as well. So if you already pay for Etsy ads, it kind of pays itself off. You're going to be getting ad credits using it. In terms of, does it help me make sales? Does it help me rank higher? No, it is an aesthetic thing. So it's totally up to you if you want to use it.
I need to get one of those things that comes across the screen that's just like aesthetic.
Aesthetic.
How many listings should I have up at a minimum? There really isn't a minimum. I would honestly have a few. 10 is a good number.
Yeah.
To have enough that it doesn't look like you're just sitting around not doing anything.
Thank you, Juniper. Thank you for your last video. I made a video. For those of you who joined and who subscribed to my channel because you watched the video that I posted this week, hi. I love you. I wish that wasn't how we got to know each other, because that was a 1 in a million video. I've never made a video where I'm complaining.
Or we don't often, at least. We may have made one in the past. Who knows?
Yeah, but I don't do things like that. But it's getting so dangerous. Anthony Wolf from he's eRank CEO. He and I have been talking about it.
It's a common trend, not just in this community, but everywhere. Where everyone's complaining about everything, instead of taking accountability or actually like working towards making it better for yourself.
And scams, lots of scams.
There's a lot of scams out there that are coming along with it, and people that are riding your emotions for the sake of their personal finances.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. And if it gets much worse, I'm just going to start name calling. Because it's getting bad. I don't like doing that, but if it gets much worse, we're not going to have much of a choice to start calling people out.
Yeah, we've had a couple personal experiences with it. People that we've had to report to the proper places and for basically scamming people. It's been really bad. And like I said, you guys might not notice it that much, but we're the people that everybody emails and they're like, what do I do?
Yeah, because the moment a single person puts out a video, oh, woe is me, everything's terrible. It's just an inbox full of emails being like, is this person for real? Is everything in the suck right now? And I hate it. Yeah. It makes life for us legitimate people much more difficult.
Yeah.
Anyway, actual question. If you buy 1,500 by 2 mailers, that's not stupid. It's smart. It depends on how many things you ship, to be totally honest with you. If you're only shipping like one thing a week, that's going to last your whole business probably.
I was going to say, it's not stupid. It's an investment. You'll have them. You'll never need them again. Well, that's not true if your shop blows up. But I don't think it's necessarily bad.
Phone call.
Are you?
We're good.
Okay.
Hi, Etsy sale starting. If I join an Etsy sale, do I need to still do my sale with Etsy on sale, web, or both? You don't have to use Etsy on sale to do a sale. You just have to use Etsy on sale to do a double dip sale.
Yeah, you won't be able to. Yeah, that's totally optional. Everything that I talked about with double dip sale and Etsy on sale app, that is a separate thing. You actually won't be able to participate in Etsy site-wide sale if you do that, because you can only offer Etsy on sale is what will be running your sale. So you'll only actually through Etsy have a coupon code. So you will not be able to participate in Etsy site-wide sale. So you have to pick one or the other. If you don't already have an audience, go with Etsy site-wide sale. Don't go with the double dip sale. You have to have an audience to pitch a double dip to. You have to have a mailing list or a big social media following. Otherwise, there's no one to send that coupon code to. So it defeats the purpose. If you don't already have a social media following or an audience who's going to use a coupon code, then I would just do Etsy site-wide sale.
And they were talking about earlier different words for guarantee, pledge, covenant, insurance, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And Whimsical said I would steer clear of the word pledge for now. Yeah, I wouldn't use the word pledge. There's a lot of political cults that are popping up that are using the word pledge for a lot of different stuff. So I would avoid pledge.
Yeah, that's...
Oh,
We like to stay away from all politics. All of them. Politics are icky.
Try to. Sometimes they sneak their way right up your nose.
They do sometimes.
Any good ideas to blow out older stock fast? I like kerosene and C4.
They blow it up.
Just kidding, YouTube. Don't cancel me.
Yeah, so there's a couple things that you can do. If you want to make money on it, just, discount it. If you don't care if you're making money on it and it's small stuff, you could give it away for the holidays. You could give it to family members. You could host some giveaways on your social media to get more social media followers. You could do a giveaway every week until Christmas, and they have to follow you and, maybe comment their favorite Christmas meal, Christmas side dish to enter. There's a lot of things that you could do with it. If you want money, though, steeply discount it. If you want to use it for advertising purposes, I would recommend doing a giveaway. And that can be a lot of fun.
Will you enable multiple sorting in E-Rank?
Multiple sorting. I'm not quite sure what you mean.
Specify what you mean. Elaborate.
Yeah.
TBH, I pay for E-Rank because of the competition data I get. If it's being simplified, I'd probably just go free. Sad news.
Feel free, if you guys are not happy with how our competition data is being displayed.
We have a survey.
Well, yeah, we have a survey, but send an email to our girls. That's Debbie and Pam and Irina. They're wonderful. They're not, it's not like you're sending a message to the oblivion to random, robots. It's just Debbie, Pam, and Irina. support@erank.com. Be nice to my girls. If you're mean to my girls, I will be sad.
We will straight block you and eliminate you from our service. It has happened many times.
Be nice to our girls.
Be nice to them.
They work very hard. But send them an email, support@erank.com. Just, say, hey girls, Starla told me to email you. I just wanted to leave some feedback on the new way that competition is being displayed. And let them know, because what they'll do is send all that information to Anthony Wolf. But keep in mind that we changed it because the raw numbers were not accurate numbers. They were indicative of a range, but we don't want to display numbers that where it says, there is 15, your competition, there's going to be 1,500 listings to compete with. If it's around 1,500, that's not, I would rather just say hi as opposed to saying just 1,500 or whatever. Because it's easier for you to glance at that and say, okay, like this is high. This is what they consider to be high competition.
All right, got about 12 minutes left. I supply personalized items, but customers sometimes take days to approve layouts, which makes the orders appear dispatched late. Will Etsy penalize me for this?
You can move the dispatch date.
Yes, you can move it.
Move your dispatch dates. And, that's not your fault. So Etsy's not going to penalize you, but definitely move your dispatch date out. And if the customer isn't replying to you, go into your order and get their email and try emailing them, because sometimes it's, especially when they are checking out as guests, they might not see your responses, or it might take them a while. I would email them directly and, say, hey, I want to get your order done as quickly as possible. I need to know what to do.
Carly said you can upload a video for a listing on your phone, but you have to use Safari or a web browser on the phone, not on the app.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah. And if it's still not working for you, most web browsers on any mobile device will have a desktop mode. It makes it kind of slow to load things and move them around, but if you have to do something off of your phone, then you can switch to that and then it'll do it. Excuse me. When you haven't used Etsy on sale since the first year they had it, do they give you another 5 credits, or do I have to quit being a cheapskate? Didn't work well that first year.
No, you have to rebuy your credits. I just, in my example video that I just posted a couple weeks ago, I logged in and they made me pay again. So no, they won't award you with new credits.
Is it better to put your shop on vacation mode for a month or push processing time to 5 weeks?
So it depends. Putting your shop on vacation mode makes your listings appear dormant, which doesn't get rid of listing quality scores, but you will need to kickstart those listings back into shape once you open your shop again. I've got a video called Does Etsy Penalize You for Vacation Mode on my channel. I would go watch that. The short answer is that those listings can't get engagement. Therefore, Etsy will rank them lower in search until you trigger that engagement again, which is why I recommend right after coming back from vacation mode, you like run a sale, you get in there and add some new listings, you go in and, maybe you post all over on social media that you start marketing. So people get in there and start engaging. That way you can kind of wake your listings up so that Etsy notices them again. So you've got that option. 5 weeks processing time, people can still engage with your listings, that you should be able to maintain, okay rank, but you need to make sure that if you extend those processing times, that you're also there to message customers and say, hey, I saw that you placed an order. Just wanted to let you know that the estimated arrival isn't going to be until blah, blah, blah. And then be willing to cancel those orders if they're like, oh no, that'll never do. I can't wait 5 weeks. For me personally, I would prefer to go on vacation mode rather than deal with the headache of communicating with customers who might not realize that it's going to take forever for their orders to arrive.
What's going on with these clickbait listings trying to sell sweatshirts for $7.99, but then when I click on them, they're priced at $37.99? It's because they'll usually put a children's size. Yep. Or something like that, or a doll size.
Totally normal. People have been doing it.
There's probably a YouTuber or a blogger or somebody that's recommending people do that because it's neat. There are a few different sides to the dice when it comes to selling. There are the legitimate, do things by the book way that aren't scammy, that don't make you feel like a crappy person. That's the side we like to err on. There's the side that are strictly take advantage of everyone every way possible, but still not technically breaking the rules yet kind of people, which are those. And then there's the people that are just like, sell whatever you want. You can change your IP address, whatever, it doesn't matter. And we just don't talk to those people.
Yeah. So just don't do that because that's not cool. And customers aren't going to look fondly on that.
Nah, if anything, it's going to get you bad reviews. It's going to make people more willing to give you a bad review because you're starting off the sales process. If it like doesn't fit them right or something after they receive it, after they get kind of tricked into buying the product, like you're guaranteeing failure at some point. What's better, putting out holiday promo code for the shop or just doing a sale on all items in the shop?
Well, if somebody just visits your shop organically from the Etsy search, they're not going to know what your promo code is. So I would say that in terms of doing the actual Cyberweek sale, put your shop on sale, unless you have a big social media following and an email list where you can send everybody your coupon code. But in terms of actually reaching more people, I would put your whole shop on sale for that Black Friday period, if possible for you. Weird glitch?
It was just on Dulcie's end.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes live streams do that. Yes, Printify will reprint and ship faulty items. I've had an upside down mug and a hoodie with stitching coming out. Yeah, it happens from time to time.
They print a lot of things.
In the past, individual shops created listings that were gift cards for that shop. Buyers could purchase the listing and get something to print out a gift that would have a secret code to use.
Okay.
Sounds a little sketch.
Well, I can see how that would work. I've just never personally done it, so I don't want to advise on it. Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, Rocco's Modern Life, Ren and Stimpy, Angry Beavers, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yeah, I mean there were way worse shows than SpongeBob. I mean, Rocco was an adult phone line employee. People don't know that, but
oh yeah, it was
he worked in an adult phone line. Anyway, this already exists. May already exist, and I missed it. But if not, could we have a shop by product type section in the HAA student group? I would rather shop alphas when buying on Etsy.
Shops by product type. So we created like a big Google Doc for people to add their shops to, and everybody went in and messed it up. And
because people are silly like that.
Because people don't know how to use a Google Doc, apparently.
So do some kind of form submission on the website, maybe.
Yeah, I can. Here's the thing. I just have to figure out logistics in a way where everybody can't go in and edit it and mess it up.
We could do a submissal form on the actual HAA website where they submit and it goes into a list and then it cannot be edited from there. Only we can edit it.
You figure it out then.
Yeah.
We will try.
It's a submission form on the website. It's super easy. Which is better, niche store or general store? Niche store. Always niche store.
Niche. Always niche. Niche represents a demographic. It represents a target audience. If you're just trying to sell to everybody, you'll sell to nobody. You can't be Walmart of Etsy.
All right. I'm going to go down to Marina's comment here. So we'll go ahead
Okay.
and cut that off. I don't think there's that many questions left anyway.
That's fine.
What's better, upping the process, offer free or flat rate shipping, or to offer regular shipping prices for international?
Wait, upping the process.
Offer free or flat rate shipping, or to offer regular shipping prices for international?
Oh, I think that you need to test that with your own audience. I couldn't tell you. I would do an A/B split test with some listings and try it out. Because it's going to vary. A lot of people say, and it also varies on the cost of your products as well. A lot of people do really, really well offering, free shipping included, but a lot of people also say that their customers would prefer to just see the shipping price listed. So it's going to depend, but feel free to experiment.
Aha, not safe for work. Whips and chains and kinky things.
Whips and chains and kinky things.
That's right. Just found you all yesterday. Y'all are honest and real. We try to be.
That's awesome. We yeah. I'm like I said, I'm glad that people found us with that video that I posted yesterday.
But I hate that it had to be that way.
I do. I hate that that's the video, because we have such good content like that, that nobody else publishes. We try to hit the topics, especially when it comes to Etsy SEO, that other coaches are not, as knowledgeable about. But those just aren't the videos that are clickbaity enough. So unfortunately, I gotta toss out a couple clickbaity ones in the mix to keep YouTube's algorithm happy.
Using Everbee, we're seeing everyone using the same SOEs, SEO. Not being a 5-star shop yet. What's a good way to stand out?
It doesn't matter if everybody's using the same keywords. People using the same keywords. The thing is, that is just one factor that contributes to your search ranking. Relevancy is one of 7 factors that you can take advantage of. It's why if you were to copy all of the best, the title, the tags, and the description, and all the photos from the #1 shop on Etsy and list it in your own shop, you would not necessarily rank beside that shop, because that shop has a better customer and marketplace experience score than you. They have a longer history than you. They have better listing quality scores than you. So that is just one tiny factor that contributes to your search ranking. So if you're wanting to be found in search, it's not necessarily about standing out. It's about being discoverable. I would recommend watch the free workshop that's listed down below. It's called The Science of Etsy Success. That is automatic. Right when you enter your email, the workshop pops right up. I created that to cover all of the factors that contribute to your search ranking. That way you can start picking away at them one by one, rather than just spending all of your time doing SEO. We've got plenty of people who say, like, my SEO looks great, I don't know why I'm not selling. And there are other factors, like not having their shop completely filled out, that are actually the thing that are, keeping them from ranking in search. So go watch that free workshop.
Have you ever looked into AI manipulated and or generated images? How can they be useful, do you think? I think for creating and showing variations or personalization, showing products on diverse models, explore packaging and product development comps. Anything else you think they might be useful? I mean, honestly, you can use them for a lot of stuff. There are a lot of people that use AI generated images and create absolute masterpieces of art that are so abstract that there's no way a human being could ever do it. Some people hate it. Some people like it. The thing is, it's easy to just generate random stuff, and a lot of people don't like that. But the people that make the actual masterpieces, works of art, spend hours, literal hours of just adjusting variables here and there to end up making those pieces of art. So I don't hold anything against them. If you understand it, why not? That could be used for just about anything. I thought about learning it and just starting a digital shop doing it just to test out the waters.
Funny AI art shop.
How do I move my listings or rearrange them?
Go into your storefront, click edit shop. You have to be on desktop. Click edit shop. It's going to be on the top left-hand corner over your cover photo. Then right before your listing starts, on the right-hand side, there's going to be a button that says rearrange listings or rearrange items. And then you can just grab them and drag them and drop them.
All right, we're going to blast because we're supposed to be cutting it now.
That's fine.
Is it too late to get started to have traction before the holidays? You're running out of time.
I mean, you never know until you try. You never know until you try. I have been telling sellers to prepare since August, so you really are cutting it. So, yeah, if you're planning on like starting a new shop from scratch, like you need to be on that. I would be planning for like Valentine's Day by now, though, because holidays. I mean, it takes time to rank and search.
Tips on what I can do to increase my conversion rates despite having decent traffic. SEO is optimized. Everything is filled out. Is the weather too warm and that's why my sales are at an all-time low?
I think that it completely depends on the products. Here's the thing. We're noticing not as many shoppers are ready for holiday shopping yet. So it might just be a waiting game for you. I would really recommend just hitting social media hard. Keep hitting Instagram hard. Keep hitting Reels hard. Like I said, I'm going to be doing the trending audio. I just posted one. I'm going to try to do one every day. That way you guys don't have to search for trending audio. For those who don't know, trending audio on Instagram can actually help your Reels to get seen more if you're using audio that's currently trending. So I'm going to try to do all that research for you and just give you some that can be applied to any items. But like I said, it could just be a waiting game. There have not been as many holiday searches as there were last year as of October. But that doesn't mean that we're going to have a bad season. It just means that people are waiting, likely because of the economy. They're likely saving and waiting to do that shopping. I think we're going to see a lot more last minute shoppers, though.
I think we are too. Not to mention the fact that a lot of people are coming to Etsy last minute as well. So there's a lot of new sellers that are probably popping onto the It happens every year. It happened in the start of COVID when everybody started working from home. People are starting to want more money for the holidays. So they're going to join up on the platform to make that little bit of extra money.
This was in terms of the E-rank suggestion.
Sort listings by age, old to new, tag count, high to low.
Some of the listings you can sort via their columns. This is really something that you need to send to our girls, though. support@erank.com. Send them that suggestion. That way they can pass it on to the developers. Mark and I are not developers at eRank. I am the customer success manager. He is the data analyst. So if you send ideas and things to the girls, support@erank.com,
they get looked at.
Yeah, they'll make sure that the right person on the team hears those things, which it would be somebody, else in our management. Mark and I are managers, but that wouldn't be something that we would be doing. So they'll make sure it gets to the right place.
Janet said, I've seen several YouTube influencers promoting the bait and switch advice. You should stop listening to those people. And if you are one of those people, you're a bad person. Sue me.
Yeah, that is such bad practice.
These bad business practices are what give coaches a bad name.
They are.
It genuinely is. And that's the reason why we have a smaller audience, because they're get rich quick schemes, right? But the thing is you might make a bunch of sales. And honestly, yeah, it probably does work. It probably works very, very well. However, you're guaranteeing that you're going to get bad reviews in the future, which is going to slow you down. It's not even, it could get you taken down. Who knows? Etsy might make it against the rules. And then by the time you notice, it's already too late. Several people have bought listings under that same premise and your shop gets shut down. Any number of things could happen. Crappy business practices are crappy. You don't have to be a crappy person to make money. We have proven that in our industry. We are one of the only sets of coaches that do not use all of the crappy practices that we were taught. We did use them when we first started out. We don't use them anymore. And we are one of the only people that don't use that crap. We don't use any of the bait and switch stuff. We don't say, oh, our course is worth $6,000. There are probably some of you who bought when we still did that kind of practice that are here today.
We were told by people that you had to, that it was the only way to be successful.
And yeah, we could have made probably millions of dollars by doing that kind of stuff continually through. But we decided that we like waking up with a clear conscience in the morning. And what's happening? All of the coaches that followed these kind of practices are crashing and burning, or they're switching over to something like ClickFunnels, where you have a network of people who also do all of this crap that sell things for. I'm not going to get into that. You're going to get me on a tangent. But don't listen to crappy people and don't be a crappy person. Be a good person, because not only can you make money, you can wake up and not feel terrible about yourself.
If something feels sketchy, don't do it.
And if something sounds sketchy, probably is.
Yeah.
Can I send Black Friday code to them in chat? I don't have a lot of email subscribers yet, but I do have repeat customers. No, you can't do that. You can include like inserts in your packages when you send it to them.
Yeah, you cannot go back past through your old orders and message old customers. You're not allowed to do that.
I'm just seeing if is there any way to see listing quality score? Nope.
Yeah, listing quality score and the customer and marketplace experience score are two scores that Etsy does not disclose. But it is the reason why we had somebody who said that they have like 1,000 listings, but the same 5 are the ones that sell. It's because those 5 have high listing quality scores. That's what kind of dictates, best sellers is, if you have a high listing quality score, that's the listing that Etsy shows to more people. So.
You mentioned Christina a few videos ago, and I wanted to look her up. I used to listen to her and lost her info. This is the one that you share information with.
Yes.
What's her full name?
Christina. What is her YouTube channel? She is the photography coach. It's Christina Nicole, and I believe that is her YouTube handle as well. We want to recommend her. I will find it and I will give it to you. And I'm sure she's probably going to end up watching this live stream, but I will post it in the next few weeks. If you just Google Christina Nicole photography or get on Instagram and search Christina Nicole, you should be able to find her, and you'll know it's her because you'll see that it is somebody that I follow as well. By Christina Nicole. And it starts with a K. By Christina with a K, Nicole, Nicole. By Christina Nicole.
And that was where I said I was going to stop. Mika, yeah, we already answered your question. You asked about buying bulk packaging.
Oh, yeah.
It depends on how much you're selling, realistically. Yeah. I'm not doing anymore.
That's fine.
I'm cutting it. Quit.
If he lets me see the chat, then I'll continue trying to answer them.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Yeah, and that's another thing. Somebody did mention the upcoming election, which is going on like right now.
Oh, yeah, sales always stall.
Sales always stall out. Every time there's a midterm or a primary election, it happens every time because people get super paranoid about money. If
you look at sales patterns around election time, in all industries, not just Etsy, industries.
Everywhere, everything suffers.
Yep. Even cars, like buying cars and things like. And then a lot of times you see like big November sales events and things, trying to move products.
Because they need to make money and keep their shareholders happy. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Make sure you join the Discord down below. Excuse me, no more fizzy drinks when we stream. Make sure you join the Discord down below where you can get good advice, I guess. You can chat with other sellers. You can hang out without having to worry about Facebook slamming the ban hammer on you if you accidentally stick a bad word in there. Or if you sell not safe for work products that you can't discuss anywhere else, you can post videos, images, whatever you want in our Discord, free to discuss however you wish. Make sure you give the video a like. I know there's like over 300 of you.
Our coaching program's about to open.
Oh man, HAA opens December 1st. That's going to be real fun. Shout out to everybody that's going to join that. I know there's a lot of you that have been getting a lot of emails of people saying they're excited to join this year. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Handmade Alpha Academy, that opens December 1st. It closes on December 10th. We have to keep those enrollment periods short because we have no other employees. It's just Mark and I. That is a self-paced training program that you can take at any time. You don't have to take it in December if you want to wait until January. We know the holidays are busy. It does have a 30-day no questions asked money back guarantee.
No questions asked. If you get no homework.
If you get inside and you decide that you don't like it, you're free to request a refund. There is a waiting list link for it down below. Signing up for that does not obligate you to buy. However, it does ensure that you get our big community member discount, which will save you $1,000 on your enrollment costs. So make sure that you get that. There's also a 6-month payment plan available, and we do accept PayPal. I think that's it. And
what was the news from last week when Starla got muted? The worst part about that, we changed our minds. So we're still not even going to say what it was, just in case we change our minds again, but we changed our minds on what it was. So nothing.
Yeah, it was something that we had been discussing doing, but we changed our minds, and
we may change our minds again. And if we do, that's when you'll get that notice.
Without disclosing anything, we were going to make another YouTube channel, but we've decided not to.
Yeah, we were going to make another YouTube channel, but we decided that there's, at the moment, no point. Yeah. This channel's growing at a fantastic rate. Shout out to all the people that are new. If you're new here, comment real quick before the stream ends. Let us know where you came from. We're interested to see how you found us. Yeah. But HAA opens December 1st. We look forward to having you all in there. And I guess we'll see you next Tuesday for our next video and next Friday for our next live stream.
And then again on the 12th for the Black Friday Lifeline, hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got Black Friday Lifeline coming up.
That's
and
right.
then December 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, mark those on your calendars because we're going to be doing Critique Week. So that's a full week of Etsy shop critiques.
They said tease. I am a big tease.
I'm a big tease.
Yeah.
Yeah. People